So this one here, this is how it will cut. So this is this die. They're so strong on the plate. There we go. And get it off. So you just sit it down and run it through. So what you have to do with this one is you have to prepare the size of your card stock first. So I want this to go into a 6x6 card blank. So I've cut this piece 1/4 of an inch smaller on both sides to go inside there. You can see you get that nice border. So this, when it's folded down, so if you fold it in half, it's a piece of 5 3/4 square. Okay. So once it's die cut, you've just got this flat piece with all these bits cut out and then these score lines. So what you want to do is take a ruler and you're going to pop it. You've got kind of 1, 2, 3 kind of sections here. Pop the ruler under and just fold it over the score line. Okay, and then where you've got that score line there, but you want to create a mounting fold in the middle of these 3 pieces. Like I said, don't worry about all this now. This is going to be on my YouTube video, so you'll be able to pause and stop and start and know exactly what I'm doing. And then again under this one here, the first few times doing this, you know, like I always say, test it on some just rough paper, copy paper first, just so you get an understanding of the folds. Once you've done them a few times, it's like the towers. I know some of you now whip out your tower dies and you're making them within minutes, so you won't have any problems with this one. So once those 3 start coming up, all the rest, if I just pop my fingers in there, all the rest of them start to go where they need to go. So I'm just going to push those down like so. And this is where, when I made this one, can you see you just got a small amount just holding it together. What GSM? This is a 220. This is the Craft Perfect that I'm using. Sam, what's that die called? Well, it's part of the main die set. So it's the hero piece that I'm calling. It's the simple pop-ups. You get lots in this one. It's just this one here that I'm showing for the demo, because I thought it was the one that's going to have people asking more about. So make sure I get all of these the right way up. So that's a valley. So then these either side are going to become mountains. So I'm just going to push that one, and then that one. And then again, you just need to just put a little fold in them, because then the rest will all do its thing. So already now, if I just bring that to the side, can you see we're starting to get this shape? So I'm just putting my fingers underneath and I'm focusing on these 3 here. 1, 2, 3. Get them as a mountain, all 3 of them, and everything else just straight away will come up into the shape that you need it. And then just fold that in half. And you see we've got that shape to go inside our card. So I'm just going to fold that down, give it a good burnish. And now when we open that, you've got your pop-up. This one, definitely Debbie. This one takes a lot of time to do it by hand. Like I said, can be done, but lots of people get tearing here. So it took a while. Me and my designer, we were to and fro maybe 5 or 6 times with this one. I was like, no, another millimetre. Okay, just a smidge. No, a little bit more. No, too much. And then we've got it just how we wanted it. So you can see that's now all working. So now that can be stuck into your card. Now I'm going to use this to build up a scene on the front, but you can have it this way. And then what I would do, if you wanted to do matte layers for this, is with the die, if you get your pattern paper, so say I was to use, I don't know, say it was a birthday card, this one, the purples would go well, then you could pop the die down. So you'd have to measure kind of the distance here, but then lay the die and just draw around it. So just draw around there, and then that will give you, once you've cut it out, your perfect matte layer for here and here. Okay. It's not fair, I've got to go. We'll watch later. Take care, Sue. Okay, so let's get this one stuck into the card and then we can start creating that scene. That's perfect. Thanks for taking so much time getting it just right. Well, if it didn't work, it would have been a disaster. Because I've spoke about doing this one a few times in a die, but just doing it on its own and, you know, trying to get more to go with it, I thought, well, why don't we end up doing what we did? And we just done this ultimate kind of pop-up set, so you've got a bit of everything in there. So hopefully something for everyone. So I'm just going to fold it up to get it into place there first. and then all over this side. And this is the Calcott construction glue, so this is just going to keep everything nice and strong. Get that all into place. I have so many ideas already. This is so versatile. Good. I'm glad you said that, Lynn. That's what I wanted it to be. I don't want, you know, apart from the puppets, but I think some of you will agree now we're starting to find some really funny things to do with the puppets. Apart from the puppets, I would say everything I've brought out you can use with lots of other things. It's not just a one-hit wonder kind of thing. And hopefully, you know, we might add different puppets over the time, but I'm having fun creating different characters with what we've got at the moment, so there we go. Okay, so it folds up, and once it's open you've got everything on there. You can display that really nicely as well. So I've got all of this here. I'm not going to be using all of this, but I haven't done a wedding card with this die yet, so I thought I would use this for the demo. So I've stamped a sentiment there, which I'm going to stick and then kind of just cut the rest away. So it's hard to kind of see. Let me use some props. There we go. Then you can see what I'm doing. So whatever you stick down, you just want to make sure that when you close the card, they're not going to pop out the end. So like I said, I've not tried them on this one yet. So I think, yeah, if you just sit them in the section you want. So he's a bit taller. So what I would then do is maybe have them at the very bottom. And then I could have the car behind, and then so on. So the arches you can stick actually onto like the back here. So we could do something like that. And then maybe have that one joining. That would look quite nice. This could also be like a cake tier. There's just loads. My brain starts to go into override, and you guys are brilliant as well because you see things. And like the owl plates for the hen party, I hadn't seen that, so now already that's making me think, right, what could we do, you know? And like you said, invites or something I think would be fab. So start sticking this all down. So just try and get everything lined up the same. I might pop a little bit of foam on that one just so it's lifted slightly. What's that, pooping puppet? That was a funny live. Received the pop-up mechanism. Oh, look, I've received the pop-up mechanisms today. Oh, good. Hopefully you'll have fun with that. I'm so sorry. Can I have the link again, pretty please? The link. Sorry, Wendy. What's that regarding? Link for what? Pop-up cards in shops are so expensive. Not that they have many anyway. And now you can make your own. So we'll pop that one like so, and then let's have the car. So you just need to see where things are sticking, and a little tip is don't stick it right onto whatever's below. Just lift it up just a couple of mil, that's all, not much, just so that it can close, it doesn't catch. So the wheels there just lifted just a little bit from the bottom. Okay, so then let's do the bride and groom. I'll get my words out today. And then, so you could put more flowers down there if you wanted to. And then you've got the rings, so we could do those. Just on there. We've got the little, what do you call these? They're just like the little tins, aren't they? That you would, you know, it was tradition to have them on the back of the car. You'd have like tin cans and things, so. And then we'll do the dove. So, I mean, this is quick because I've obviously prepared everything, but as I always say, when I receive my stamps and dies, I always have an afternoon where I will just sit down and stamp and colour, and then I photocopy the sheet. So I'm not having to colour again and again and again. So, but then you've got them all ready to go. I'm going to just trim the back of that one, and I want to cut the card. There we go. We've got the bouquet, so we could do, let's do the bouquet. Don't want it too close to that. Maybe we'll do the bouquet down the bottom, so we've just got the same kind of colour flowers. That looks quite sweet. And then we'll do, got the silver heart. This is in the die, excuse me, my throat. This is in the die set. Pop that one there. And then maybe the champagne, yeah, right at the top there in the middle. That will look nice. I mean, that's just a very quick one put together, but I just think it looks wonderful. I think it's just such a nice set. I mean, you could add more as well if you wanted to, but we'll leave that as it is. You've got the hat, so you've got the veil, and you've got the, so we could put them there as well. Maybe we should. Let's pop it all in. That's what it's all about. Again, just make sure you lift it up just ever so slightly so it doesn't, I've got a feeling they're going to pop out the end. I should have checked. We'll do the hat just down there. But if they do, as Simone helped when I done a demo the other day, I was doing a Facebook Live and I'd made this bit, the pop-up was too big. I just put it on a bigger card blank. So I think I ended up putting it on a 7x7. So it's not the end of the world, but now just look, just pops out. So I mean, you need to check that. So, but I could now just cut a 7x7 card and stick it inside, and then that's sorted. Or even a 6.5. Just increase my card blank just a little bit. But now, how pretty is that? Really, really sweet.